Today's video will be the third part of our supply and demand video series. If you haven't checked out the two videos about supply and demand as the MVP, the mother and father of all supply and demand zones, our first video, check it out down below in the video description to get started. Today we will extend the concept of supply and demand by adding RSI on top, the relative strength index, as one of unlimited angles you can apply on Perfectus AI, figuring out viable supply and demand trading zones. Today, as always, we will focus on demand zones. And let me super quick show you what it means. We simply deal with the same kind of concept of how we define the demand zones based on an imbalance and then an impulse to the upside, and we will add the RSI on top, the relative strength index. Let me quickly show this to you on the charts in MetaTrader 5 how this looks. I will stop it right here. You see the RSI is here down below, and unfortunately we cannot change the visualization of the price levels because we look at the value of 40 in that case. So we want to at least have 3 candles below the value of our RSI period defined as 40, right? This is how we define the RSI demand value. When you click here in the lower left corner, inputs and variables, this window pops up and you see the default value of RSI demand sits at 40. This is the value we simply benchmark the indicator against. So as soon as this happens, we have 3 candles that is below the value 40 of the RSI, and we also have an imbalance. Let me actually zoom in here by a little bit. As we see it right here, and as in the prior videos before, we defined the zone, very simple, on the highest high and the lowest low, and now also made it visually very appealing so you really see where the zone starts and ends. And now we simply want to again see if the price is, first of all, reversing to this price zone and then breaking out again to the upside. As you see it here, we have our imbalance and then a movement to the upside, how we defined an impulse. And of course, this is something you can play around, you should be playing around with to make it really your very own trading system and a viable trading system. So now you see the price is taking a while until it gets back. Let me stop it right here. Let's make this indicator a little bit smaller. And you see the price is touching this zone of interest for us, reversing, and it's of course a perfect example. And you see how price is now breaking out once again based on the assumption of the concept supply and demand. That zone broke up with such an impulse here that not all the orders were able to get filled. That is why price is reversing, breaking out again here to the upside, in that case confirming the concept of supply and demand. This is pretty much how we build it out. We simply add on top of the price action of how we define supply and demands, here focus on demand, the RSI. And now let me walk you through the logic, the rationale of this supply and demand RSI zone trading system on Perfectus AI. As so often, we start with the block run per candle. So in that case, I ran it on the 4-hour US dollar Japanese yen, so on a currency pair. That is always starts. Overall, we are looking here at 3 different kind of decision trees, and let's start with the first one here on the left hand side. The first block, candle 1 below RSI. So pretty much, I already mentioned it before, we are simply looking out for 3 candles and being the values to be below 40. So here you see relative strength index. Let's see if there's anything hidden. Candle ID number 3, candle ID 2, let's open this, candle ID number 2, candle 3, candle ID number 1. So it's maybe a bit counterintuitive how we named it, but we are simply looking on candle with the candle ID number 1, 2 and 3 with a value being below the RSI demand value, as we are looking out for 40 in that case, right? So we simply take here the indicator relative strength index, benchmark it against the hard number we hard coded into the system, here 40, and as soon as this one, as those 3 conditions are being met, we now go here to the last block, RSI-valid, and simply make this value a 1. So why are we doing this? We simply do this by gatekeeping and controlling our trading system piece by piece, because what are we doing now with this variable that we now made we switch it pretty much from 0 to 1, like an on-off button, so to say. And now we go to the next decision tree, as so often starts with a run per candle. And here you see the variable RSI-valid, and it's actually matching number 1, right? Because now this variable used to be 0, but here in this block we switched it on, so to say, from 0 to 1, and now 1 equals 1. So this connection of the block will be triggered to the next block, bullish impulse. As you have watched the prior 2 videos already, this is just pretty much how we here in that case define the impulse. I will run you through it. That here we simply want to make sure, is the candle ID, right, number 1, higher than the highest price of 2 and 3. So here we simply want to really check wherever here this candle close is. I'm not entirely sure, but here, for example, candle close, let's say this one is the candle close. We really want to make sure, is this one, the close, higher than the highest high of the prior 2 candles, right? In that case, it is indeed very much. So for us, it's one of many definitions you can follow along to like look out for an impulse. Now let's say this condition is true. We look now for bullish candle number 2, simply checking, is the candle with the candle ID number 2 a bullish candle, or in more technical terms, is the candle close above the candle open? In that case, we see indeed it is, we see green candles, bullish candles, right? Now, condition is met. Now we want to look out for the imbalance. So the imbalance candle is the candle with the candle ID number 3. And here again, we simply want to look out, is the body relative to the complete total size of the candle smaller to it, right? Or in simpler terms, are we looking at a candle where price is not really moving in any direction, not to the upside, neither to the downside, right? Simply like, do we see a lot of wick and a very small body pretty much? So there's no clear direction where price wants to move. The opposite would be candles like this one, right? A clear move to the downside, or here a clear move to the upside with a small wick though, but the body is taking the biggest part. And we simply defined that the body is smaller than 50% of the complete size of the candle. So this condition will be met in that case, right? Our imbalance will be here defined as candle ID number 3. Demand zone store is then the next zone, the next block, pardon, and we simply now store the values. So here we have the demand zone high, demand zone low variable. So we simply now take the values of the candle ID number 3, the candle high, we store it here in the variable demand zone high, and here demand zone low based on the candle low of candle ID number 3. Very straightforward. We delete any drawings. If it's the first one, nothing to delete, but simply to keep it clean. As soon as a new zone of interest is being detected, we delete the prior one and can completely focus visually on the current zone of interest that matters. So now, as soon as it's being deleted, we will look out and draw the new zone simply based on the price levels we have defined before, right? Demand zone high, demand zone low, as you see it right here on the charts currently based on this imbalance candle. Now you see, after the drawing, we also reset the variable RSI-valid back to 0. Why are we doing this? Because now we are opening the floodgates, so to say, for this decision tree, right? Simply because now we really want to allow the system again to look out for new valid imbalance the price action zones, so to say. So we again look out for these 3 candles being under the value of 40 regarding the RSI, for again triggering then here the second decision tree to delete the old drawing, draw the new drawing, and looking out for this new pocket of value. How this looks like then in practice, let's do this. Simply run it till something new is being detected. Nothing yet. Let's zoom out a little bit. So you see it's still the same zone. Here has been our imbalance. Here we touched and moved up to the upside. So it's a fantastic example how such a zone can work out. Fantastic. Okay, let's stop it right here. You see, now we have detected a new zone. The old zone, which has been down below here, has been deleted. And now the new zone has been drawn in. And we can, without really seeing it, how it was created in the moment, you can already guess, like this is a perfect example it's pretty much almost a perfect example for a so-called doji, where price almost moved nowhere. And here we see that now we use the highest high of this price point, the lowest high, the lowest low of this price of this candlestick, as our zone of interest. And we see how good, like, the trading rules that we have defined here in our system, which frankly are very, very simple, but apparently quite a good starting point for figuring out these kind of like zones or impulses, like this strong movement of price into a direction. Of course, there's so many more and also more viable approaches of detecting this. So this is really something that you can play around and get, like, put in all your creativity. And now let's see if this is adding up for us. And you saw, actually, we haven't touched the zone, but we now see a new pocket of interest, so to say. Again, this imbalance, it's not such a strong example as the prior one, right? So it's a bit of a shame that this one has been deleted now. But it is following the rules apparently, right? And if you see if it's playing out or not, and maybe you want to avoid those kind of like not so good looking examples by tweaking a little bit with the rules. Let's see how we are doing here, if it's reversing actually. No, it's actually just creating a new zone of interest. No, it's a huge one, right? It's a huge imbalance. We see indeed an impulse to the upside. It's following our rules. But this may be, for example, also something that you want to like make sure. Are you looking out for this like big arc, right? That you really want to see the price moving far away, or are you happy with these kind of like price developments, for instance? Just to give you some ideas to play around with the system later on. You see price is moving through the zone, is not respecting it at all at the moment. Let me zoom out by a little bit. And yeah, I would say this is just how it goes, right? This is how I would do it in your case. When you see the system the very first time, it is really only drawing the demand zones, not the supply zones yet, to overload you in the beginning. Really made sure to nail the demand zone for you. It's really also good practice for yourself to rebuild this system for supply zones, and simply seeing if you get the gist, how you could add your very own 5 cents to such a system, making it viable, and simply getting a feeling for algorithmic trading, fully rule-based trading, and getting comfortable with such a powerful tool such as Perfectus AI, which virtually does not really have a limitation in creating a trading system that is fully mechanical, following trading rules, always reliably, without any emotions, systematically. So I think this is a fantastic way of getting into algorithmic trading. So the final request is pretty much check out the link down below in the video description, where we link also the template, where you get access to the trading system, to the building blocks, the DNA, so you can kick it off right away without building it from scratch, make it your own, and build and kick off your algorithmic trading journey from here. Happy trading.